Most leaders want to be fair. They want to make sure that they're treating their team equally and they're not playing favorites. But leading everyone the same way isn't actually fair at all because no two people on your team are the same. They don't have the same strengths, challenges, or motivators. And when you try to lead everyone the same way, you end up helping some people thrive while completely missing what others need. Hi, my name is Kelly Stine. I'm a Gallup-Certified Strengths Coach and the founder of the Leading Light Coach. And today we're talking about why the best leaders don't lead everyone the same way. They lead each person based on what helps them succeed. Now, before we dive in, if you want a concrete guide with clear steps on how to build a strength-based team that performs at a high level without burning yourself out trying to be everything to everyone, grab my free playbook, the Strength-Based Leaders Playbook for Attracting Top Talent. It'll help you define your leadership style, understand what your team's strengths are, and create a work culture where people actually want to stay and grow. The link is in the description. Grab it at the end of this video. Now, when you're a leader who wants to treat their team fairly and is transitioning from treating them kind of all the same into treating each person as an individual and seeking to support each person in the way that brings out their best, there are three key steps. The first is to stop leading based on what you prefer. One of the biggest mistakes leaders make is assuming that what works for them is going to work for everyone. So if you're the kind of person who loves direct feedback and thrives on competition, it's pretty likely that you're going to assume that your team will too. But if someone on your team needs instead encouragement and time to process before making decisions, your approach is actually going to shut them down instead of motivating them. So instead of leading based off what you prefer, start thinking about your team members and asking them questions like, how does this person do their best work? What motivates them? And how do they like to receive feedback? When you adjust to them instead of expecting them to adjust to you, you get way better results. The second step is to learn your team's strengths and blind spots. So every person on your team has strengths that drive their success, and they have blind spots that get in their way. When you know what those are, you can lead them in a way that brings out their best work. So for example, some of your people are going to thrive with a lot of structure, while others are going to need some flexibility. Some are going to get really fired up by big challenges, and others are going to need smaller wins along the way to stay motivated. Some need frequent check-ins, while others work best with more autonomy. When you lead based on their strengths, you're not bending over backwards to accommodate every little preference. You're just leading smarter. Because the more you align your leadership with how they work best, the less energy you waste trying to fix things that were never broken in the first place. And the last step, and this is a huge area to differentiate, is to be consistent without being identical. And they're not the same thing. A lot of leaders worry that if they lead everyone differently, it's going to look unfair. But treating people differently is not the same thing as playing favorites. The key is to be consistent in your expectations and values while being flexible in your approach. So for example, you can expect everyone to meet their deadlines, but how they manage their workload might look different. You can hold everyone to a high standard, but how you support them to reach it might depend on their strengths. You can give feedback to everyone, but the way you deliver it might change depending on what helps them improve. Fair does not mean identical. It means giving people what they actually need in order to succeed. The main takeaway here is that leadership is about the individual who is being led. The best leaders don't try to force everyone into the same mold. They lead each person in a way that actually works for them without burning themselves out trying to be everything to everyone. Now, if you're ready to build a team where people thrive because they feel seen and supported to do their individual best, leveraging their individual strengths without stretching yourself too thin, grab the Strength-Based Leaders Playbook for Attracting Top Talent. It'll help you understand your leadership style and leverage your team's strengths to create a work culture where people actually want to stay and grow and where you can lead and inspire others using their best and your best as well. The link is in the description below. Grab it now. Thank you so much for watching. If this was helpful, hit like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments, what is something a great leader did for you that made you feel truly seen and supported? I'd love to hear your thoughts and keep the conversation going. See you next time.